On Wednesday, April 24th this year, Prime Minister Scott Morrison was in full election mode. He was in Darwin in the Northern Territory and fronted the media to promote Jacinta Price, his candidate for the seat of Lingiari. The Prime Minister's own listed media talking points included strong budget for strong economy, securing essential services, delivering for the Northern Territory, and Bill Shorten's big new taxes. There's no surprise there. He was casually going through his talking points and answering journalists' questions when something strange was thrown at him. A journalist brought up his backflip after explaining to the PM that he changed his previous position of, quote, calling the atrocities against the Armenians a genocide, unquote. The journalist asked, "Do you regret causing offence to the community?" Reading Scott Morrison's response, which respectfully was a bit of a mess, where he suggested he was a private citizen as an MP and needed to be more careful now that he was PM, before sensationally linking his backflip to Gallipoli and a Turkish dictator's gag order, we noticed that the Prime Minister was clearly stumped. After all, he was in Darwin, in the Northern Territory of all places, and a journalist was asking him about how his Armenian genocide backflip offended you, the Armenian Australian community. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going a little bit unconventional today with my quotes. I am brave, I am bruised, this is what I'm meant to be, this is me. It would be more common in speeches like this to maybe quote from a great philosopher or a political leader of years gone by, but I have chosen to share these words from Hollywood, and more specifically from The Greatest Showman. Because simply said, they sing true to the gens, the crazies, the advocates, the supporters of our collective Armenian cause. They sing true to all of us here in the room tonight. I've taken the liberty of replacing the song's I's with we's and the me's with us's to hear that, quote, we're not strangers of the dark. The Armenian story is full of chapters we prefer were not there. Genocide, communist rule, appropriation of culture and of land, and of looting corrupt governments. Some of our forebears from the genocide in particular stopped in nations that would only serve as pit stops until large numbers of Armenians would again be displaced for a second time from places like Egypt, like Iraq, like Iran, like Lebanon and Syria. The song continues with, quote, hide away, they say, because we don't want your broken parts. Run away, they say, no one will love us as we are. But we don't hide and we don't run, do we? Like the song continues, we won't let them break us down to dust. We know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. You see, our glorious comes from the land of the 6,200-year-old wine, from the men and the women defenders of mountains like when Noah landed his ark, from the heroes who defended the right to freedom we enjoy today just 3 years after the genocide in 1918. From the champions of Nagorno-Karabakh who did not allow a communist handout to curtail their indigenous rights and lead to another genocide of Armenians. Instead, they built an independent Republic of Artsakh. And of course last year, from the people of Armenia who said no more to corruption and rose to demand their democratic say in their beloved nation. We are indeed glorious. The song says, when the sharpest words want to cut us down, we're going to send a flood, going to throw them out. We are brave, we are bruised, we are who we're meant to be. This is us. Dismembered or displaced, recognized or self-determined, citizen or refugee, we Armenians still have so much to be proud of because of how much we have given and continue to give to those who have accepted us. We have given lifesavers like the inventor of the MRI, Dr. Raymond Damadyan. We've also given life enders like Dr. Jack Kevorkian, but we won't go into that right now. We have provided successors like Cher, like Kerkorian, like Kardashian. We have delivered finesse like Agassi and Mkhitaryan. We have poured our guts on canvas like Darchinian. We have graced the world with talent like Aznavour and like Tankian. And of course, even with us here tonight, we have given to Australia two of its political leaders, Gladys Berejiklian and Tim Wilson. This Is Me is the title of this song, which also says, look out, because here we come. And we're marching on to the beat we drum. We're not scared to be seen. We make no apologies. This is us. That's right. No apologies, no fear, marching to the beat our people drum. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the mantra of Haig. The mantra of those of us who have been afforded the honour to serve you as the frontline defenders of the Armenian cause in Australia. The Armenian National Committee of Australia continues to march to the beat of your drum. After all, you are our supporters, the representatives of our grassroots community, our partners, our friends, descendants of genocide survivors, believers in a free and Armenian Artsakh, seekers of a democratically developed Armenia, and advocates of a sustainable Armenian Australian community. We respect your commitment to these priorities, which is typified by a burden of responsibility that you have actioned by your attendance and your support this evening. Tonight you have begun to see and will continue to see how we have worked night and day to continue to justify the tremendous faith that you have shown in your Armenian National Committee. It is only just that I use this opportunity to express that the unapologetic and fearless work which has led to our various successes over the past 12 months have absolutely been as a result of a collective effort. I would like to ask the following people to please stand, as without them, none of the advances being reported tonight would have been possible. This means that without these people I'm about to call out, there would have been no first federal-led delegation to Armenia, no Australian Friends of Artsakh, no significant advancement in federal recognition of the Armenian genocide, no funding to help resettle our Syrian Armenian refugee brothers and sisters, no public representation for our community's schools and organisations, no public representation for our community's schools and organisations, no launch of the game-changing Armenian Professional Network of Australia. First and foremost, I call our frontline, Sarin Sogomonian and Matthew Mikhail. Our current administrators are joined here by their recently graduated, from the Armenian National Committee that is, Administrator Olivia Dilanshan. Michael Kolokosyan and Alex Galitsky deserve your round of applause, but they're gallivanting somewhere else around the world right now. Team, I just want to say that I am indebted to you. We are all indebted to you. Thank you from the very depths of my heart. I would like to mention those who have interned at our office and are helping us again this evening. Hrant Bojekian, where are you, Hrant? And let's face it, the undisputed star of this evening, Haig Kayserian. From our national board, I would like to acknowledge the guiding efforts of Greg Sogomonian, Khajak Kortian, Vache Kahramanyan, Sasun Grigorian, Hovik Melkonian, Talin Shamilyan, Garine Torosyan, Hrach Nusikyan, and Stephen Abulakian. as well as the Republic of Artsak's representative to Australia, Kayserian, and the entire committee of the Armenian Professional Network, led by Viken Kortyan. Please stand and accept our gratitude. I don't want to risk being repetitive by mentioning all major achievements over the past 12 months. These will be presented with a variety of voices and visuals throughout the night. I would instead like to pledge to you the following. We will continue to repay the faith you show in us. We will be guided by the bright to bring the light of justice to our dark. We will not rest, not a chance. Because we are brave, we are bruised, but we are also glorious. We are who we're meant to be. This is us. Thank you.